The number one sign you're in a keep the peace relationship is you say, "I'm fine," even when you're not, because you don't want to start anything. They say something that bothers you, and you feel it rise up, right in your throat. But instead of saying it, you swallow it, you smile, you keep it moving. And what's hard? You don't even feel proud of it. You just feel tired. So if you've been thinking, "I love my partner, but I'm constantly editing myself so we don't end up in tension," this video is for you, and this part might sting a little. If you can't say what you need, you're not keeping the peace. You're quietly teaching your relationship to live without your truth. Hey there, I'm Ashley, founder of Playful Remedies. I help couples get out of roommate mode and back into that we actually like each other energy using tiny, doable shifts that fit into real life. So if you want a connection that feels lighter, safer, and more real, hit subscribe. Let's do this together. Okay, if you are ready to give this a try, here's what I need you to hear. It makes sense that you feel like you shouldn't speak up, because when you've tried to bring something up before and it turned into defensiveness, shutdown, sarcasm, or a 3-hour argument that starts with fine and ends with you always. And this is where your guard goes up. It learns that honesty has a cost. So now you're not asking for what you need because you don't care. You're not asking because you're exhausted. And you're trying to keep the night from going off the rails. And I've heard this exact thing from so many couples. That moment where you're like, do I want connection, or do I want a stress-free evening where nobody suddenly gets very into wiping an already clean counter in complete silence? And you pick peace, but it doesn't feel peaceful inside. So, this is the part your brain tries to normalize. You avoid saying what you need because you don't want to make this a thing today. And this shows up in small moments. They ask what you want to do, and you say, whatever, even though you have an opinion. They ask what's wrong, and you say nothing, even though something's absolutely wrong. You want affection, but you don't ask, because what if they reject you? You need help, but you don't request it, because you don't want the vibe to shift. So you keep your needs small, you keep your feelings quiet, you keep your words safe, and on the outside, it looks like you're easygoing and just going with the flow. But on the inside, you're carrying the weight of unspoken things. And this matters because it reveals something real. You don't feel fully safe to be fully honest. And please don't hear this as, your partner is a villain. That's not what I'm saying. Sometimes safety disappears because of big blow-ups. Sometimes it disappears because of constant little dismissals. Sometimes it's just years of being tired, stressed, and misreading each other. But either way, when you don't feel safe to share your needs, intimacy starts to shrink. Because intimacy isn't built on guessing and hinting. It's built when both people can be real, say what they feel, ask for what they need, and still feel loved. And then you start believing this lie about yourself. Maybe I'm too sensitive. Maybe I ask for too much. Maybe I should just chill. So you become the low-maintenance partner. And at first, it feels like you're being the chill partner until you realize you're slowly disappearing in your own relationship. Here's the truth. You're not too much. You're not dramatic. You're not needy. You're a human who needs closeness, support, and emotional honesty. And the fact that you've been trying so hard not to start anything, that tells me you care deeply. It tells me you want peace. You want love. You want this to work. But avoiding your needs doesn't create peace. It creates a relationship where your partner lives with the easy version of you and you live with the lonely version of you. And that's not the kind of love you're trying to build. So here's what I invite you to give a try instead. It's tiny, simple, doable. First, share your need in one sentence. Hey, I need reassurance right now. Hey, I need help tonight. Hey, I need a moment for just us. Can we talk without our phones in our hands for a few minutes? You want to make it about connection, not blame. It's not. You never. Instead, try saying, I want to feel close to you, and I've been holding something in. Start with a low-stakes moment. Pick a time where nobody is already overwhelmed and say, hey, quick thing. I've been avoiding sharing what I need because I don't want tension, and I don't want to keep doing that. Can we work towards being more honest about our feelings, even in the small moments? That's not turning something into a thing. That's rebuilding trust. And if you're listening like, okay, Ashley, why does this feel like you've been in my living room? Here's another sign that often shows up. You over-explain everything to prevent a reaction. You start trying to manage how they'll feel instead of just saying what's true for you. And that's a lot to hold, especially at home. So if the number one sign is you avoid saying what you need because you don't want to start anything, know that the goal isn't to start arguments. The goal is to stop living in a relationship where honesty feels risky. Because you deserve a relationship where you can say what you need and still feel loved. Go ahead and save this video for the next time you're about to talk yourself out of asking for what you need. And if you want simple, playful ways to reconnect without adding more to your plate, sign up for Daily Love Sparks. It's 30 days of tiny connection ideas delivered to your inbox for free at playfulremedies.com, because avoiding the conversation doesn't make it go away. It just makes you carry it alone. I'm cheering for the version of you that speaks up with love. Okay, I'm handing you the microphone. What are you going to say? So try this tonight and come back and tell me how it went.